What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title's going down. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it in the title. Y'all know I gotta call him out. Let's get in the video.
The Americans are too stupid.
No.
Does he know who he's working for?
Yeah.
And they're talking about Vivek and Elon Musk, y'all.
Well, the bigger.
Wait a second. Donald Trump, it's his professor at Penn, wherever he went, says he was the dumbest student he ever had.
In decades.
The B's on these guys.
So they're emphasizing that Trump is dumb.
To go out there and
they always do this. They try to find they do things and they say them, you know, they say them in their little ways. That's crazy.
Americans are stupid. When they cut education, they want to get rid of the educational department.
Yes.
As you say, they don't pay teachers enough. I was underpaid.
I don't defend Vivek, but I don't think he was saying Americans are stupid. He was saying we're prioritizing.
Yes, he is. And that's why MAGA's mad. Because they say, oh, listen, guys, we're going to get rid of immigrants and you're all going to have the jobs. And now they're saying, never mind, you're not smart enough to do the job.
I actually think
that's right.
Y'all know I say this all the time, bro. So that, you know, you have and you like, okay, we get rid of the immigrants because this is getting out of hand. Not only, you know, the jobs, but, you know, the crimes, everything. But then when it's like you have a problem with it, oh, okay, well, we can work out this and do this. Okay, regardless, it's still going to be a problem. And that's what it is. It's like every time, like it's still a problem. They're not saying whatsoever that, you know, calling Americans dumb, this, that, and the other. It's more so, just like Alyssa said, it's prioritizing things. We want, you know, they obviously want America strong. They want America, you know, smart. You know, there's other countries. Everybody always talk about it. I always see people on TikTok. Oh, you know, in China, they're doing this and their kids are so smart. Or they make jokes and like, oh, look, you know, this Indian is over here. And not even like, don't cancel me for this. Like, I'm just being for real. This is what people say. You know, and be like, oh, well, this, you know, you got this Indian goes to my school and they're from, you know, this country and they're really smart. And I'm not saying, you know, Americans aren't smart whatsoever. It's just a simple fact, bro. They're trying to do everything in their power to make everything, you know, great. And trying to find different ways, you know, whether you get a teacher from a different country or a teacher from this, you know, trying to do whatever they can to make the situation, you know, I don't get these ladies. I'm telling you, bro. Please don't cancel me for that, y'all. I'm just being realistic. You know what I mean? And I feel like they are too. Elon, Vivek, Trump, the whole Trump administration is being realistic with everything, and they're trying to do everything to make everything right. You know, and regardless what I learned doing YouTube, you know what I mean? My manager used to always tell me, try to find something good out of the situation, and you can't please everybody. So in that sense, Trump administration obviously can't please everything, but they can do what they can do, you know, best and try to make things work. And that's what they're trying to do.
I actually think Vivek touched on something important about cultural differences. And this is 100% true. We moved to an area that there's a lot of Indian families and Asian families, immigrants that have come in. The difference in how families are raised when they often come in under immigrants, my own husband is first generation, they have a different mentality to the privilege of being in this country that I think Americans sometimes take for granted. It doesn't make people stupid, but I do think he makes a good point. We absolutely socially, not every family and not everyone in this room, we do revere the social popularity of the shows versus the mathlete. That's the joke in the movies. Yeah. The kids that my kids are running around with right now, their families, and my family did this too here in the US, but these families really emphasize the academic side of their lives in a way that can influence other people really well. I think the point he was making is America first. This is where MAGA got it wrong. Yeah. When they were talking about specializing in jobs and manufacturing, keeping companies here, they meant America first. Some of these jobs they're talking about on these visas are highly specialized. Yeah. So if my kid loses out to a really smart kid that gave up their childhood to go to math camp, so be it, because they're more qualified for that. Yeah. I don't want my kids to be those.
Why is he blaming them?
I don't think they should be paid less.
This is the point. And also, let's be realistic. In this country, people can come from another country and be prioritized in ways that we never got to be prioritized at all. So I guess what I'm saying is
But that's what I'm saying. Like, she's saying, like, they're, like, obviously people aren't being prioritized. I just look at the fact that people coming from other countries, you know, first of all, they're looking at the fact, okay, we gonna work. You know, obviously there's jobs everywhere, and there's a lot of Americans that aren't taking advantage of those things, you know, of working, of grinding, you know, of doing what they're doing. And my thing is they just said it themselves. Like, it's like they go back and forth. You know, first is, we have a problem with Trump administration, with, you know, the immigrants and the deportation. Then it's like, you know, they said that they want to keep them or you know, they want to do something. It's just like they going back and forth. And it's like, regardless, like I just said, regardless of whatever the Trump administration do, they're going to have an issue with it. You know what I mean? And it's dang near like, it's annoying. You know what I mean? It's real annoying. And it's getting on my nerves. You know, it's just like they flip-flopping. They playing this flip-flop. And now she's saying that prioritizing things, you know. And my thing is, I can't even say that they prioritizing Trump administration. Trump not even in the White House yet. Biden and Kamala is. So when you talking about prioritizing stuff, why haven't they talked about when Kamala and Biden was giving out, you know, when they got to what is it? Different food stamps and them paying for housing and doing this and doing that. That's prioritizing. They didn't talk about that with Biden and the Harris administration, but they simply talking about Trump. I don't get that. I'm telling you. That's why
the issue that I see is that
I told y'all I'm going to call him out on everything.
He's saying we should be like tiger moms. It's a societal problem. It's not up to the individual mother. It's up to the educational system. So stop blaming the mother.
Because I disagree that this is a cultural issue and that only immigrants come here and work harder.
I didn't say only. No,
that's not what she meant. But go ahead.
But you know, I taught my kids that their average must be excellent as black kids in these United States.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. She always goes and it's like black, white. My kids, my kids are black. My kids are. I get so sick and tired, bro, of her using race. She just has to be. She's for real the R word, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That's how when I see Sunny, she's literally she is talking about her black kids, bro. First of all, yeah, biracial kids. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, biracial kids. It gets on my nerves, just her whole demeanor, bro.
That was my teaching. I think that education is the great equalizer. And, you know, if you look at the stats, the jobless rate for people with a bachelor's degree is less than 3%. People with a bachelor's degree earn more than 68% than people with a high school diploma. Those are just the facts. And the problem that I have is to your point, Joy, the Republican Party wants to get rid of the Department of Education. The Republican Party is not interested in making sure that our country is more educated than, let's say, some of the folks coming out of China. I don't understand why we should raise the cap on HB1 visas. And I think what we really need to do is educate our children,
a bill
our
that
young
exists
adults.
Right now, a Republican bill that exists in this.
Let me start out by saying this, y'all. It does start with the parents, obviously. It's a lot. It's just like it's like that circle of life thing. It's something that obviously if things aren't set in place and things aren't right, and you know, it's a lot of things that can come apart. You know what I mean? And I look at the simple fact, okay, let's say you got a kid in a community that's a bad community. Obviously that kid is going to go to a school, you know, that has, you know, bad teaching, bad, you know, this, bad, that. But then again, you got that same parent that isn't really caring about, you know, school and what their kid got on. You letting them go on this. So it's a lot of things that take place in it. You know, you obviously don't want to blame it fully on teachers. Just like I say, a lot of times it starts at home too. But then again, people saying that, you know, teachers have nothing to do with it. They do. You know what I mean? And that's how I look at it. You know, it's it's teachers that's teaching kids things that they shouldn't be taught in schools. You know, there's a lot of things that take place into, you know, all these things that's, you know, talking about right now. And
is supposed to give transparency to college people going into college about what degrees actually make them money when they leave. Because we tell them, just real quick, as long as you get a bachelor's degree, it's fine. Well, no, your philosophy degree is not necessarily going to pay as much as your STEM degree. And vocational education is huge. We undermine trades in this country. That is the backbone of this country.
But
a lot of plumbers are going to make more than people with bachelor's
because
degrees.
they have made this division now in schools. And said, you know, if you got in because you were black or you got in because you were poor. So a lot of folks who might have been going towards those jobs have been now removed.
Well, they're having
because
people.
Go ahead.
60 Minutes did a report in 2017 where they had a black engineer who was being forced out of his job, who was completely qualified for an HB1 visa person. And actually, he was offered more money if he were to train his replacement, who was going to be paid less.
Wow.
And that's what's going on in this country.
Well, there's a lot of conversations.
I feel like if you have people that's not like these women right here and that do this, they literally talk about themselves nonstop, bro. They talk about themselves nonstop, and that's what I feel like a lot of people are missing out on, is that they watched. It's just like, bro, it's messing with me bad, bro. Cause it's like they sit here and they talk about these things, but they're part of the problem, is what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, they're part of the problem, and they sit there and complain about the things that they're causing.
Need to be had, but none of them should start with the stupidity of anyone in this country. You should not be referring to people as dumb or the R word as people have been throwing around. That is not okay, because that's not helpful.
But they just sat there and embraced that Trump is dumb. They literally just said earlier in this show, if y'all didn't skip, go back a little bit, and y'all literally see how they embrace the fact calling Trump dumb. But then she's sitting here saying that you shouldn't call people dumb.
This country, you should not be referring to people as dumb or the R word as people have been throwing around. That is not okay, because that's not helpful. If you want to be helpful to Americans, tell them what they can do in order to qualify for these jobs. To just say you're not smart enough doesn't work for us anymore.
They don't want to do that. You know why they don't want to do that? Because these billionaires want an underclass.
You're kind of arguing the Steve Bannon point of it, because that's what some of MAGA thinks, is that no, we should only focus on prioritizing American workers. The side that's kind of winning out, the Elon take, is we need to bring the smartest people from all over the world, so the best companies come here, so they hire more. We want to do that too.
She said, why not use the people here? Sonny, it's literally like they're stuck in this their way. You know what I mean? They're stuck in they head that does not make sense. Bro, you obviously see what's going on here. And I'm not calling nobody dumb. We don't have the smartest teachers, because I'm sure there are. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there's other countries that are advanced in other things that we obviously need help with. So they're doing everything they can to make this country better. And they're sitting here and denying the fact they don't want that. Oh, I don't want this. I don't think that shit. We should just keep everything. Come on, bro. Y'all let me know y'all comments thoughts down below. They honestly giving me a headache right now. So definitely thank y'all for tuning in, watching this episode. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.